All right, so in this one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how you could basically take your eyes, rotate them, make them bigger, and kind of play around with them. Because I have glasses, it's going to be a little bit more challenging because I'm going to have to like play around with the shape of the glasses and that kind of stuff too. But for non-glasses wearing humans, this will actually be quite a bit easier. It's the same basic steps though. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my lasso tool and I'm going to lasso around my eyes individually. So I'm going to start once again with my glasses. It's going to be a little trickier. For you, you just need to grab your eyes, right? So in here, I'm going to go around my glasses. I'm going to kind of go in the middle-ish. I'm going to hit Command J to make that copy. Right, you can see it pop up over there. I'm going to go back to my my photo layer, and I'm going to do the same thing on the other eye. I'm going to go a little over because I'm wearing glasses. I'm going to have to kind of play around to figure out a way to line them up. Okay, Command J to make a copy and put it into a new layer. So this, if you want both your new eyes to be roughly around the same, or to be the same size proportionally, I'm going to hold down Shift and select that second layer. Now I need to transform them to resize them. So I'm going to click on my Move tool, and I have so I can see my boundary boxes. If for some reason you don't see your transform controls, you can click on that up top. So I'm going to make them bigger, but I kind of want to keep them like get bigger from the center, so I'm going to hold down Alt. So that looks pretty good. You notice that's a little pixelated right now, but once I hit return, that kind of gets fixed. Now I'm going to kind of edit them individually. So I'm going to, I'm going to rotate them first. So yeah, I can just freely rotate them by going to the corner, or if I hold down Shift and rotate, it rotates them at a 45-degree angle. Hit return to say, yep, I like that rotation. I'm going to do that with the other eye. Hold down Shift. If you want to rotate at 45s, hit return. And then now you can see they are rotated. For me, once again, because I have glasses, I need to kind of play around with them a little bit to get them to kind of line up, and I'm going to have to kind of do some little bit of adjusting in there to make it actually work a little bit better. All right, so kind of a similar thing that we've been doing with a lot of the other ones is that we're going to use masking. I'm going to click on my layer I want to adjust first. Let's do this one first. Sorry, the other one first, my right eye. And I'm going to click the rectangle with the circle in the middle. And so now I have a mask, and I'm going to go around and start editing that stuff, kind of making some stuff invisible. Where I know it's empty in that background, I'm going to start with that area first because that's actually going to be a little bit more challenging. So I'm going to zoom in. I know that's disturbing. I apologize. And I'm going just to kind of precisely go around and start erasing that stuff. This is kind of like a pretty precise technique. Go slow. Right. Remember, if you accidentally erase something that you don't want erased, you can always go back. Right. It's like, oh man, I can either hit Command Z, or remember, if I hit X, it allows me to draw that back in. Right, because I'm just switching back to my white. That's why we do it with a mask, because we have that flexibility. All right. Where I know there's skin that's going to be in the background, I don't have to be so precise. I'll go in with a softer brush as well as a lower flow, and I'll be able to blend that in together. So I'm going to go around and do a similar thing around the top. Too much. Let's try that again. And I'm going to do this for both eyes. I'm going to use a little bit of TV magic here, and I'll be right back. Cool. As you can see, I went around, kind of cleaned it up on the outside. Now I have to deal with these spots up at the top where my skin's still kind of showing. So what I want to do is I want to bring my flow down, I don't know, right around 40. And I want to bring my hardness down a little bit as well. I don't know, somewhere around 40s as well is probably fine. And maybe a little bit bigger brush. And so I need to make sure I'm on the that I'm on the proper layer, so I know I'm on my right one. I can see down here that's my right. I'm going to start with my black using my paintbrush. Right, my goal is just to kind of blend that stuff in. Like I said, because there's skin underneath, it definitely makes it easier to blend stuff in. It's a little bit trickier once again on my glasses, around my nose, because there are glasses underneath of there, right? And so I need to kind of be a little bit more careful with where I'm blending. So that doesn't look too bad. That looks pretty good there. If I go up top, switch to black. I'm also hitting X to switch between white and black. So you can kind of see that over here. As I hit X, it switches back and forth. So now I'm there. Get some of my eyebrows back. I'll keep maybe a little bit of that shadow in there too. Let's go. I'm going to switch back to black or to white. Maybe bring a little bit of that shadow in there. Switch back to black. Get rid of some of it. Bring it back out. So that looks pretty good. In the middle here, I kind of did my best to kind of blend it together. As we zoom out, you'll see it'll look a little strange, but I mean, if we look in general, it's going to look a little strange, and that's okay. All right, like I said, with your own eyes without glasses, it's going to be a little bit easier, just because you're just blending skin. You don't have to worry as much about like the actual glasses piece. The thing, once again, that's kind of cool about this is because we're doing it on layers, I can actually move these around and kind of adjust them a little bit to go up or down or any of that kind of stuff. But yeah, looks pretty good to me.